Why is it that some people go completely broke in their business after they give their life to the Lord? This is a question that I got inside of our Spirit Driven Success Network, and I'm answering the question because this lady had just given her life over to the Lord, and she noticed a huge turn in her business that has left her frustrated, that has left her struggling, that has left her feeling like, what in the world happened? And this happens to a lot of entrepreneurs who turn their life over to Christ. And so in this video I'm about to share, you're going to get to see a real shot inside of our community on how I answer why this happens. And so that way, if you're a believer, you can avoid this mistake that will cost you some serious financial consequence if you do not understand this principle. And by the way, if you love what you're about to see, I'm going to put a link into our Spirit Driven Success Network. It's a $1 trial to join. I coach live every month. It comes with our Telegram community and our whole vault for just $27 a month after the trial. And I think that it would be super cool to have you join us if you find value in the way that I coach inside of this community. So let's go and take a look at the question, why do some people go broke after giving their life to the Lord? Take a look. When God wants to help his children become wealthy, the first thing that he gives them is salvation, right? That's the first step to wealth. Because if you have not secured your spot in eternity, what is it to gain the whole world and lose your soul? So that's step one. The second thing that God gives his children to become wealthy is consecration, which is the time to be consecrated means to be set apart. It means to be stripped. It means to be purified. It means to be healed so that he can enrich your being. And that's why it feels like you're losing everything. And that's why the word says that you will lose your life to gain it. So you're going through the stripping season. Then he moves you into the next season where your gifts are revealed to you and purpose is revealed to you and vision is revealed to you. And so what happened up until that point is that you've been spiritually empowered through his grace to get to that point. And so you want to stay in that spiritual empowerment to get to the next season. But now we introduce stewardship. So this is where believers stay stuck in poverty, is because of this principle. Prayer doesn't cancel ignorance. So what happens is that we begin to pray and we're casting things down and, claiming territory and claiming breakthrough. But the reality is, if you don't know how to run a good marketing campaign and your marketing is terrible, there might be provision for this month, but next month you're going to be praying for the same thing. God, please bring me more clients. Right? And so stewardship is about learning how to have knowledge. It is my people perish because of lack of knowledge, right? So there is a stewardship of knowledge when it comes to our calling. And so we're gaining knowledge with this hand and we're studying and we're practicing. And that's why when I'm failing, it's inside of a God vision. When I'm failing inside of a God vision, my question is not, God, like, why isn't this working? It was supposed to be from you. My question is, God, which success principle am I violating? Because God has success laws that he put in place that allow us to be successful and fruitful in our vision. And if I'm not following a success principle, whether it's a blind spot or whether it's something I know that I'm not doing or that I don't know, then I say, God, what success principle am I violating that is causing me to stay stuck in this cycle? So it's not personal, like I just feel, it's let's see. So this is a great pattern to break that cycle. A lot of times when you're not getting the results you want, it's easy to go, I just feel like I'm supposed to be doing this, but it's not working out, right? I feel like I'm supposed to be doing this, but the money's not there. I feel like I'm supposed to be doing this, but the clients aren't there. Instead of I feel, shift to let's see. All right, let's see, God. This didn't work. Which strategy do I need to focus on learning to gain the knowledge for me to test to see what is going to work? Because this didn't work here. And God will allow you to go through that refinement, because here's the reality, Asmede. In order to carry a God vision, you have to have the skill set to pivot, adjust, learn, and implement. over and over and over, because if you can't do that on a small level, when success gets higher, right? Now you have bills that are 30,000 a month, 50,000 a month, 80,000 a month. You've got to pivot at 100K levels, 150K levels, with the pressure of carrying everyone that God has entrusted you to steward. Does that make sense? Because when I was small, I had to learn how to pivot and make things work. But then now that I'm bigger, I have to make, sometimes you have 7 days to make 50K to take care of payroll. Does that make sense? And so it's the skill set of, I got to find what's working. I got to test fast. I got to deploy this strategy, implement here, see what's working. And I have 7 days to figure it out. Right? So he wants you to gain that skill set as a visionary where you are, because when he elevates you and increases you into a higher level, you're going to need that skill set at a higher level. And rather than retract and withdraw and have the guilt and shame, he's saying press through it, keep pivoting faster to break through, to get to the solution, because you're operating in faith, not out of scarcity. Right? So I'm glad that we covered that, because this is a blind spot for believers. This is a blind spot that I've seen believers stay in cycles for years because they're praying for the next breakthrough. And God is saying, I need you to have knowledge. I need you to break a poverty mindset, and I need you to have higher level IQ by studying and stewarding the knowledge that I have ready for you right now. And as you bring in the Spirit and as you bring in the knowledge, the two come together, and now you can be trusted. The best analogy I could think of is, let's say that I'm a believer, but I have no idea how stocks work. Do you just give me your money because I'm a believer? No, you would actually give your money to a non-believer who knew stocks faster than you would give your money to a believer. So the idea is that, why? Because the person is a better steward, because he has more knowledge. So when you think about your gifting, is God supposed to just give you all of the clients because you're a believer? No, he wants, if you're called to lead people, he wants to move people to whom he trusts. And this is why Solomon became the wealthiest man to ever live. He let Solomon ask anything of the world. He said, I'll give you anything. And because you didn't ask, and because Solomon didn't ask for wealth, he didn't ask for vengeance upon his enemies. Solomon asked God for wisdom to lead people. And because that was his prayer, God gave him everything, and Solomon became the wealthiest man to ever live. What does that say about God's character? It says that God is looking for people he can trust to lead his people. So there was a lot of takeaways in there. If you got value from that video, I want to invite you once again into our Spirit-Driven Success Network. It's a community of believers who are growing in their business. They have a vision that they feel like they're going after. We share biblical success principles in this community, and I think you'll be able to be blown away by the trainings that we not only have back there, but by the lives that we do, as we do on-the-spot coaching like this continuously. And I think that you will love what you see. It's just $1 to try it out. So I'll put a link in the description below, and it would be great to have you join us and hopefully be with us on our next live. Thanks for watching.